are live. What up,
Let's
Doe?
get it. What's happening, Big Guru? Another W for the boys.
Hey, man. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. What can I say? So I know you were
It
at the
was, man.
game.
We're there. We are. All right. Sorry, I just had to make sure my
Are
screen was all up.
live.
But man, what an environment, bro. What a big difference compared to what Game One was looking like when Orlando came into the house. Came smacked us up a little bit. It's all good. It's all good. Came back Game Two. We won that, and then we lost another two in a row. But now we're back, and we had one man to thank for all of that. That's the smooth operator himself, Mr. Cade Icewood, dropping 45 points for us today. Detroit Pistons record in the playoffs. I think he went over what, Dave Bing?
Yeah, and the next one was Isaiah Thomas. So I mean, those are the names that he's sitting with, man. And I mean, come on, we already know he's gonna surpass those names. It's kind of amazing to think about that, considering all that Dave Bing, Isaiah Thomas, the Grant Hills, all these people have come and worn a Pistons jersey, and I mean he holds the playoff record right now at 45 points. And what a classic duel between Cade Icewood Cunningham, ice in his veins, and Paulo Banchero. I mean, props to him and the Orlando Magic. They came to Detroit, didn't forget their jackets. It's cold in the D, and we were able to show them really who's got that ice in the veins.
Absolutely, man. And look, got to give a big shout out to Paulo. I was just watching actually an interview before we hopped onto this thing, and he was talking about how he's always played with Cade, and this is normal for them because they've been playing since the AAU days back in the day. So this was just another one for those two dogs. So got to give props when props is due, man. Shout out Paulo Banquero as well. It's a great game.
I mean, I think overall, like I said, classic duel. I was happy with how the Pistons came out. They fought from the beginning. Um, saw some adversity. Um, and we were able to keep them at bay and eventually get that win at the end. So um, I don't know. Do you want to step? We'll step now into our first segment of the show, our final countdown. Um, and so main event. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw and so give us a five countdown of like the main keys to the game, some swing moments.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. So I want to start off with the five, and that's the five that we started off with. Um, on our last podcast yesterday, we were kind of just discussing that, man, maybe it was time for a shift in this team. And hey, we doubted the dogs, man. They came out hustling hard. I mean, off rip, first quarter, we had JD, the guy we talked about the most yesterday, dropping in that first quarter, came out and showed out, and it was a block party too. I mean, we had what, 7 blocks that first quarter? It was insane.
Absolutely. I gotta give it to JD because I challenged him. I personally said, if you're gonna come in here and act like you're gonna be the center of the future, but you're gonna act soft, forget about it. And no, he came in and he did what he was asked to do. And please excuse
He
the
did.
video.
He did.
Sorry, just
One
adjusting
more
the
time,
video a
Guru.
little.
You just
I,
disconnected for a second.
we scrunched up our faces over here, so I'm fixing that while you continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. So are we on our first quarter segment?
We're still on the final countdown. But just some technical difficulties. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
No worries, man. So yeah, just to kind of discuss a lot of changes that happened, man. Shout out to JB for being down 3-1 in a playoff game. just coming up and showing out and making sure the dogs are all in the game and not just kind of ready to go off to Cancun. I mean, these guys came out hot, ready to load. I mean, LCA felt like it was the Detroit Piston home today, off rip. So these guys came and they were ready to go. I mean, we had 80 field goals. We were 48.8% from the field tonight. I mean, big numbers, bro, compared to what we've been seeing over the last few games. It's all been defense. Today we saw a lot more offense, especially from our guy Cade Icewood. Uncle T, obviously always in the game, man. Got to give a shout out. And I want to give a shout out to Duncan Robinson, who finally put up a nice 12-point game. We really needed him with a big three inside of the third quarter. So, we're coming and showing out, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, my keys to the game were hustle points, man. I think you count them down: rebounds, getting to the free throw line, reducing our turnovers. You look at clutch points, and then you also look at just those tips, man. We needed to get our hands on the ball. Orlando's been bullying us. It's the truth. I'm not afraid to say it. I know most Pistons fans understand. That's been the case the past couple games. But today was a different story. Today, man. I mean, I don't know about you. I was on Bleacher Report. I was on Twitter. I was checking out the social scene. Orlando Magic fans were crying, and I'm like, "Yo, chill. This has been the case." And so, it was nice to see that my Pistons got some of those calls, and trust me, there were calls where I saw a kid get smacked in the face, and there was no call. But 14 free throws. That's the kind of respect I think he deserves. Um, and I was happy to see those calls getting made. So my five keys to the game were all hustle points, man. I knew we were not going to win the game scoring 130 points. Um, and I don't care that we do. I don't care that they shoot threes. I mean, in the end, look who ended up outlasting the other. It was the one who was grittier. It was the one who, put the pedal to the metal, using some Motor City analogies. But that's what we have to do over here. And so we played a little dirtier, we played a little grittier, and I saw Desmond Bain crying, and that's what I wanted to see today. Wendell Carter
Good.
too. Wendell Carter too, man.
I mean, look, that first block, I think what set the tone, man, huge inside of Little Caesars Arena today was that first block from Jalen Duren on Wendell Carter. I mean, we needed it, bro. He's been getting eaten alive for 4 games. That was what we needed to start it off with, because right after that, it was smooth sailing. I mean, I think we're kind of ready to segue into our first quarter, then kind of take a deep dive into the game. What you think, Guru?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get out next to our next segment. Um, all right. So our next segment, we're gonna start doing a quarter by quarter breakdown, y'all. And our next segment is quarter number one. This is our house. Today we really made a statement. Main event. We made a statement, and we told them, welcome to our house in the most kind way possible, the most Detroit way possible. Jumping on them, scoring 38 points in the first quarter. Um, I mean, we really, we really, uh, we really put out the red carpet for them. Let me put it that way. What did you think about that first quarter?
Mhm. Man, I loved it. It gave me a sense. It reminded me why we're 60-22 in the regular season. It really brought back that grit, what we've been doing every single game. I mean, everybody showed out. Tobias early with the 8 points was huge. JD with his 7 was huge. All those blocks were huge. I know Tobias Harris hit this 3-pointer from the corner uh, off of a Cade assist. It was beautiful, man. The arena started to shake a little bit once he put back from Duran in the first quarter, kind of shook the roof off the place, because everybody's been waiting there up for this guy. Look, JD, we love you, bro. All this shit talk is because we literally want you to be the best, because we know you're the best, and we want to make sure that you're out here and you're pushing. Shout out Sar Thompson. He was all over Jalen Suggs, all over. He was all over the court. To be honest, I felt like he was guarding everybody at one point. So first quarter was huge for all the guys, man.
Yeah, I think the first quarter we really set the tone. Um, Jalen Duran, man, it was all you, bro. I mean, I was, you must have watched us. I don't know why you were up at what 1:30, 2:30 a.m. But you must have watched us because you did exactly what was asked of you, and you know what I appreciated the most? You stood up for your teammates. There were a lot of instances where, Orlando Magic were trying to get in Duncan's head, on Nassar's head, and I saw you stand your ground and come and join the huddle and make sure that your teammates knew that you were there. That's what we're asking from you. That's what we need from you. We need effort. I want to see the tenacity from you. I want to see the passion. You're a chill guy, man. I know you are, but on that court, we need a beast, and I know that you have that in you. Um, but again, you a couple and ones. You were hitting your free throws. Defense was solid, switching switching the right way. And then on offense, you guys really solved the whole Suggs trying to hit the ball out of your hands once you catch it. You guys really solved it, and I really really appreciate the effort you guys put into understanding. You guys definitely watched a lot of tape. Shout out to JB because I know he coached you guys right for this game. Um, and you guys got Orlando Magic in some foul trouble right off the bat. That was huge. It took out their physicality right off the bat. It made them step on their toes. They were afraid to challenge shots, and you just saw a whole different Orlando Magic team. Again, I was on Bleacher Report, I was on Twitter, and they were yelling at their guys saying, "What are you guys doing?" And so it was kind of a flip of the script. Today, it was their powers that were sucked up, except for Paolo, man. I don't know. He was on something. We'll talk about the fourth quarter later, but in the third quarter, but we'll talk about that later. But Desmond Bain was a no-show for the most part. In that first quarter, Jalen Suggs was a no-show. He didn't score. Um, Wendell Carter, no-show. You guys neutralized them right off the bat. Um, so for me, that's what I was asking for, and I think the way we started the game, man, was super, super important.
Hey, the boys showed up, man. I mean, if you want to do something in this league, you got to start off strong in the first quarter, man. And we've been struggling to kind of do that most of these. So I don't know. I've been down kind of just this whole entire series watching the boys play like this, but man, today they kind of reignited that passion and love I got for this team, and I'm back on the believe train, man. I think we can. I think we can take these guys to 7, bro. If we, especially if Wagner's out, bro, we can take this far, man. If he stays out, he's a big piece in this whole entire thing, and we saw that right off rip.
I mean,
So
Steve Nash talked about it in the broadcast. I don't know if you were watching, the Amazon broadcast. But yeah, I agree with you. I kind of was sad to see him out because I want to see our guys bully them at full strength. I don't want any question. I don't want no asterisks. I know our squad is better than theirs. And you know what, man? We win in Orlando, even if it's by a point, even if it's ugly. We're coming back to Detroit for Game 7, and that's why having that one seed was important.
we are.
So it's a game at a time, one game at a time. And courtside, I see you in the chat. Shout out, we did bounce back. And you know what? Sometimes you need to take that L to learn your lesson. But we make the two L's into a W. Pistons won again. And so one more win, and you got Orlando shaking. Um, I know the ideal was for us to just pound them out of the playoffs. We thought we'd sweep them. I had us in 6. I'm not gonna lie.
I do
But I'm
too,
I'm
man.
I'm adjusting it to 7, man. It's okay.
You know what? You it doesn't sound too bad, man. I already have my game 7 tickets secure, man. So just really, really hoping that these guys take it that far and really show the whole entire league and put them on notice to let them know who the real dogs are when it comes to this league. Um, and you made a good point about Wagner. I would love to see them beat these guys in full force. Well, Franz, if you don't want to play, game 6, that's no problem, man. Come back game 7, and then we'll whoop you guys full force game 7 to show the whole league what we're about. But
hmm And so I think as I think we can move on to quarter two. So quarter
mhm.
one, really we jumped on them. Quarter two, what'd you see there? And I'm gonna switch it over real quick. So
Oh,
we titled this quarter adversity because it was a little shaky. What'd you see there?
man, look, after coming out strong, I mean, Orlando, I think they were above us 34-28, if I'm not mistaken, for that quarter. So they came out and showed back up. Um, but we did have our boy Cade drop 20 of his 45 in that quarter. So the guy came out like a dog playing for us. Yeah, it was a 6 point differential, but hey man, this is what this whole entire series has been. It's been a back and forth battle of two giants. So if you love basketball, whether this was 3-1 or a sweep or anything like that, it's good basketball, man. It's good basketball all around. Cade was huge with his step back, freezes all his defenders around him. The guy, I don't know, bro. The guy's Iceman. Um, Stewart, obviously Big Stew, Beef Stew. You're coming out here with the hustle, bro. That's what we always need you for. You got the Big Ben caliber when you come onto that court. Tobias, obviously, I feel like I could talk about Tobias every single quarter when it comes to this game. Um, Duncan, you came off those screens, shot those threes. They were beautiful. And then, Cade always finishing us off at the end of that quarter, man. So
And
even though we were down against Orlando, it was great, bro. It was good basketball.
I think we were just fighting a star in his own right. Like I
Mhm.
think Paolo is nothing to joke about. Um, Especially when he's hitting those outside shots. The knock on Paolo, there's a knock on Cade. The knock on Cade is turnovers. We know that.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's all good.
and he's working through it. He's gonna be better. The knock on Paolo is his jump shooting and his bad decision making in general.
And
When
free
to take
throws.
man, even today that bit him. I mean, if he would have made those free throws, you really
They win.
Orlando. I mean, hey, listen, Orlando Magic they can complain about Cade getting 14 free throws, but so did Paolo, and Cade made his. And in the
Exactly.
end,
That was
and
the
in the,
difference.
y'all, Paolo was shooting lights out from three. But I wasn't afraid. Honestly, I kind of knew we were gonna wrap this up. It kind of looked like a mirror image of how you guys play us in Orlando. Um, so I'll say this: I'm still worried about how we play in Orlando. But at this point, I mean, there's the injury bug. There's some fatigue, some confidence, shift. We have some momentum. So I think what we did. I mean, we are the number one seed and they're the number 8 seed. It should be flipped. But what we did was we put them on their toes. Jamal Mosley, his thing today was, the job's not done. It's still not done. It's still not done. And ours was it's not over yet. And we're gonna take it a game at a
Exactly.
time. A game at a time.
Exactly. And it goes to show you, man. I mean, this this game it can shift in either favor. Obviously, when it first started off, obviously we had nothing. We had everything to lose, and they had nothing to lose as the 8 seed. They're coming out. They could take those wild plays. No one's expecting them to win it in the beginning, and now it's shifted. I mean, they're up 3-1. Everyone's expecting, oh, these guys are going to close out the Detroit Pistons. So there's some pressure there. That's where the Pistons really need to take advantage of that and come out because these guys are all young guys too, man. They need to. They don't know how to close out a playoff game yet. We have to see that. If they beat the Pistons the next game or in 2 games, then okay, I'll tell them like, hey, you can close this game out. But as of right now, there's no proof of that.
Nope. And the second quarter did scare me, man. It
Mhm.
scared me a little. We were up 17 at one point. They brought it down to 6, closed out the quarter on a hot streak. We were looking a little bit messy. What do you think caused that? What do you think was the main reason why that happened?
You it tends to happen in a lot of our games, man. I mean, this is not something new. This has been happening all regular season. Big lead for the Pistons. We're about to close out. 2 minutes left in the quarter, and then somehow, some way, the team comes back and catches up, and it's still happening. So it's something that really needs to be addressed in the locker room. Um, there's obviously something where they take a lead and they start getting a little too comfortable, start taking a little more wild shots, start not caring for the balls more. So you'll see a couple more turnovers once they have the lead. And I think that's our big problem here. We need to go all dog all the time. You're up 17, try to go up 20. Once you're up 20, go up 30. But if you think 17 is enough to win, obviously, man, they're proving us wrong. They can come back and easily take this game doing that.
And again, shout out to Paulo. I know Cade scored 20 in that period. I mean, it was a classic Cade, carrying the offense. And I love how Cade started off the game off ball in that first quarter, and really deferring. But in that second quarter, he took over. And what I noticed with Cade is, maybe he was watching the podcast yesterday too, because uh, because he really was figuring out when do I shift to me. I find my shots. I find my, I get going, and then when do I start to get my teammates involved? Today he did it the opposite. Usually he'll try to come out that first quarter and really put the pressure. But this game, he's like, Jalen Duran, you're gonna get some lobs. You're gonna get some points. Asar, you're gonna get some cuts. Tobias, you're gonna get some shots. And then the second quarter, everything was just starting to open up for him because his teammates were already involved. We talked about it. When you get that chemistry going with your teammates, things start opening up. They start hitting shots. You saw Javante Green come in, give us some energy in that second period.
The woo.
Woo! My son was saying woo, and I was like, "Yup, that's his name." And so, he earned that nickname because he's just a highlight reel, and he comes in and just gives energy, energy, energy. Um, I mean, what a guy to bring off your bench. What a guy. He's a defensive microwave. Let's put it
He
that way.
really he wasn't even supposed to come back to the league, is from what I heard before signing with the Pistons. Like he was thinking about retiring. Guy came out, man. Guy's a hustle machine for his age. That's a vet on the team, and he's playing like he's playing like Ron. He's playing like Asar. It's all over the court, all over the ball. Defensive monster, man.
Yep. So, anything in the second quarter that we missed? You wanted to highlight?
That's pretty much it for that. What I do want to ask you, Guru, and this is before we go up to the third quarter, is who gets the belt first half of this game?
Oh, it's Cade. I have to give it to Cade. I mean, 20 points in the quarter, man. Like, I think he ended the first half with 27 points. I mean, who else you gonna give it to, man?
And
He
this is
really,
playoff basketball.
yes, and this is a back against the wall. Game 5, everyone's doubting you, talking about 28 turnovers. You're leading the league. You're making playoff records in turnovers. Well, guess what? He showed you his impact. He showed you his impact right away, and why we value him here, and why he's our MVP. And honestly, so much success in the future for him. So, and this, when I talk the future, I'm talking about today, tomorrow. I mean, after this, if we win this series, man, this is gonna be a legacy series.
When we win this series.
When we
Come
win
on,
this,
Guru.
this is gonna be a legacy series because we still talk about that 2003 series where they came back. We still talk about it, and now
Man, we were talking about it at work today.
maybe we're repeating history, man. Maybe we're making history in a different way. And Cade's name is gonna be highlighted up there. Jalen Duran, they're gonna show a meme of him getting dunked on, and then they're gonna show a meme of him hopefully holding up the Eastern Conference championship trophy. So what happens tomorrow can rewrite what happened yesterday. I think I said it the other way around last
Absolutely.
podcast, where you could be $100 million man and then be a couple $1 million man the next day, and then the opposite can happen. So, um, no, I'm hoping we build off of this. That first quarter, I mean, that first half, definitely Cade. Definitely. I mean, I'll shout out some other people. Asar's impact can't be understated. The dude had a, people talk about Draymond and like how he impacts the game in so many different ways. I mean, come on. We could talk about end of game stats, but like dude filled up the stat sheet and he was doing it all game. And I
He
think
was.
the only dip we had was when he was out of the game. So,
That's a fact.
mhm.
Perfect. So, I mean, look, first, second quarter was awesome. I think it's time for us to segue into the third quarter, Guru. And I do want to kind of give the ball to you and see what you thought about the third quarter first.
So third quarter, we came out strong. We came out strong. We maintained our lead. I remember it being about a 7 point lead, growing to 10. Fighting back and forth. But what I do remember is the fact that our defense really stood out. I think we held them to 18 points that quarter, 19
19.
points, 19 points that quarter. Um, and that's where Asar, Stu, Stu was Stu was going insane, man. I mean, they had the broadcasters really were just hitting the nail on who was providing impact. You had Stu, you had Asar, you had all these people coming out and just really punking Orlando at that point. And I think without Anthony Black's, I don't know where he got that. I don't know why they got hot at the 3 point line. Honestly, if they didn't, this would have been a blowout. Um, and I will say, I think what the game plan was is let them shoot. It's okay, but pack the paint. We kind of flipped the script on them and said, pack the paint. Let's not give Paolo those easy at the basket layups, and don't let Anthony Black think he could come in here. I remember Asar destroying one of his shots. I'm not sure if it was third quarter or the fourth quarter. I think it was the fourth, but
It was
just
fourth.
just eating the ball, man. And so I think he hit a fan. So in the stands.
Yeah, right in the face.
So I would ask you now, how was the energy coming out of that half? You were there, so how was that?
Man, I'll tell you one thing about LCA. When we come back out of halftime, and I see people all over X and all over or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. They're always talking like, "Oh, where are the fans? Where are the fans?" Look, man, they're all getting their drinks, they're getting their food, they're coming back to the thing. This time, I started seeing people come right before the game, the third quarter started, which was huge, and it was buzzing, bro. Like everybody was ready. There was like a shift in the air where it's like, okay, hey guys, we might actually do this. Like they're coming and they're playing like the Detroit Pistons again, the Detroit Pistons that we know and love. I want to say Orlando immediately pressured Detroit. They cut that lead to just 2 points, but like the Pistons, man, they responded with some dominant defense throughout that whole time. I mean, Asar, hustle man, Asar. We're missing hustle man Ron. I wish we could see some playing time with Ron. Ron and Asar on the court is a beautiful thing. But man, Asar, this guy's a defensive force, bro. This guy got 5 steals and inside of this game, which was huge. And in the third, stripping people left and right, disrupting the pains. He was jumping for rebounds. This guy hurts his ankle, comes out and comes right back in. I mean, the guy was ready to show up, and this guy, he really shifted the game and brought us back to life, even when these guys came down by 2 points. So shout out to him. Our shooting was awesome. I mean, we hit some big shots just to keep some cushion for us. Obviously, Cade, making it insane. Anytime Cade touched the ball, everybody would like, you slowly start hearing some whispers coming up inside the arena, and he hit it. And everyone would be like, "Big!" going nuts. So it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
Even honestly, even on the Amazon broadcast, they had like it was a duel, man. It was a duel. You can feel they were like counting Cade's points versus Paulo's versus oh, he's got these many assists. Look at Paulo getting his people involved. Oh wait, Cade's got. And so one thing that did stand out though in that third quarter is we got a little messy. One thing I
Mhm.
noticed about our team, and I think we need to really highlight this, is when the defensive pressure goes up, we tend to rely on our defense so much that we just get messy on offense. Uh, we like to get out and run, but also a lot of our turnovers are in the fast break. Um, but that's just one of the things I think we can clean up. And like I said, this could have been a blowout. This
Oh
honestly
yeah,
could have been a blow. We were up 17. We could have just. But that third quarter, we were able to at least extend it. We finished it up 10. All I remember is offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds. Orlando couldn't get a rebound, even defensively. They couldn't get defensive rebounds. So, um, when we're doing that, that's when we're at our best.
100%.
And no, I think Tobias was the settling force in that third. He was, that I think, like I said, the first quarter, Cade deferred. Second quarter, he full pedal to the metal. Third quarter, he had a lot of free throws, but really he was deferring to Tobias, to other people off screens because the pressure was coming at him. I mean, he scored
Mhm.
20 in the second, right? So he's being really strategic with the way he's playing chess at this point. And so I saw the chess game, and that was for me important to see with Cade. Again, that's his next evolution is playing chess with the other team because he can score whenever he wants.
He can, man, and he brings all the defenders. He doesn't care if two guys are on him. This guy will just shoot it, man. There was a moment I think we were down 7 points, or no, we were up 7 points. I'm sorry, and the shot clock was coming down.
And he just, I remember that, bro. I remember.
I don't know if it was Tobias who passed it to him. This guy was like 5, 6 feet away from the 3 point line, drained the three. Man, everybody was falling over it. It was
Hey,
so fun.
what
It was
was he
awesome.
wearing? What was he wearing? He was wearing something
Who, Cade?
and around his stomach. He was wearing or his ribs.
I don't know. I didn't see. Maybe on TV you probably saw it better.
Yeah, he even one of the timeouts. He was like, "Hold up, I gotta go adjust this thing."
I thought he was bleeding. I thought they stopped it for like bleeding or something.
Maybe that's what they said on the broadcast too.
Mhm.
But he was adjusting like he had like a cushion. No, quarterbacks they wear the thing around their ribs so when they get tackled it doesn't hurt. Um,
Hey, they hit him so much. I mean, the guy should come in with shoulder pads, bro.
the first time I seen that. I don't know if NBA players wear that often, but that's just to show that like he's fighting through these calls. He's not getting every call, but I think it allowed him to be a little bit more aggressive, and he was just getting to the rim. He was getting to the rim, and that third quarter, the offense slowed down a little bit, but the defense was there to really, like I said, defensive mentality. We talked about channeling the going to work, playing the right way, gritty, getting rebounds, boxing out your opponent, demoralizing them. Um, that's what we saw in that third quarter. When they thought they had a chance, nope, close the door.
Exactly. Every time. Every time.
hmm Um, but yeah, now I think ready to move to. Well, who was your hero of the third quarter? You think?
Man, I don't want to keep saying Cade. So for this one, I'm gonna say Asar, man. Asar brought that energy that
hmm
whole entire quarter. So gotta give the guys props, man.
Is that when he tweaked his ankle?
Yeah, I think it was the third quarter. Him and Tobias. I was like, oh my god, I thought we lost both of them because when you're there, you don't know what's going on. Like I'm pretty sure you guys could hear like some updates, anything like that. You see them get hurt, you're like Achilles.
Yeah, no. Thankfully, it was a tweak. I like when I see a tweak because I play through tweaks. Like I've done that. An Achilles is different.
Hmm.
Hamstring different. Those. I mean even a high ankle sprain. If you get that high ankle sprain like Franz has, I mean, there's a reason why they're sitting him. Otherwise, they would have played him today. He's playing through the injury. Um, just makes the injury worse, and you need a lot of time to rest. I mean, listen, even if they get out of this series, they're beat up, man. They're beat up,
They are.
and I love the fact people are asking why does JB not play Reed? Why does he not play Ron? Why does he not play? Man, if we make it out of this series, we got some fresh legs off the bench.
We need those guys, man. Those guys can hoop. They've
Absolutely.
proven it. They've started games and they've won those games.
And thankfully, I mean, I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but we see the Cleveland and the Toronto series. They're beating each other up.
Yeah,
Uh,
good. Thank God. Even New
speak.
York, man. Even New York and the Hawks.
Yeah. Yep. I mean,
But
New York, I think, figured them out. I think they finally figured them out. The Hawks are a tough team to play, but they're young and they make mistakes.
and
So
they
if
got CJ McCollum, bros. Look, CJ McCollum gets a lot of hate.
nah, man,
The
he's a
guy's one of the
star.
better one-on-one players in the league.
He's a star. I remember him in Portland. And he's always been a Pistons killer. Like there's those
Yeah.
guys. He's one of those Pistons killers. Uh,
Anytime he shoots it, I'm like, damn it.
off one leg, I'm just like, what are
Anything.
you doing, bro?
And it goes in, bro. Like nobody questions it. It's like, oh yeah, he's shooting.
Honestly, I think he would have been a good pickup. We talk about who we should have picked
Yeah.
up, if we could have picked up. I mean, I look at guys like CJ McCollum. I look at guys. There's some other vets, man, that are just making some really good plays for these playoff teams, and it would have been nice to have one of those guys. But I mean,
Right now, we don't need him, man. Look, just keep this momentum going for now. We got the
mhm.
right team. I really believe it. We got the right team. They just got to get their head in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we went out and got Karras. Karras, how do you think Karras Levert was today? Because I have mixed feelings, man.
Ah, man, Karras. I have got a weird weird relationship about this guy being on the court. I mean, yeah, he can spread the floor, but I mean, you get 25 minutes and a guy like Ron is sitting on the bench or a guy like Paul Reed sitting on the bench, and you score 2 points. You're not coming to play Pistons basketball, man. Like you took 4 shots, you made one, and it's kind of just like just hanging around, man, hanging around the whole entire court, not really doing much.
Getting
But
some cardio.
but yeah, he's definitely getting some cardio. But I'll tell you one, he does open the floor a little more for Cade because he can actually dribble.
And I think he has that threat of cutting to the rim.
Mhm.
Where a lot of our younger guys, I mean, they're way more athletic, they're faster. Even Asar, man, I mean, he's a lightning bolt and he could fly, but he doesn't realize it yet. Karras is not as gifted, but he realizes when to cut. So I think I understand why JB likes him. I understand it. Even defensively, he'll at least give effort. Um, I mean, it's not always.
I'll never understand the love of this guy from JB, man.
Well,
It's just something, man. I don't know
when
what it is.
when you have young guys like Ron, right? We talked about Ron. When you have young guys like Marcus, when you have young guys like Danis, when you have young guy and they're playing off a Cade, right? You need to show them not just. I mean, they're coming in, bro, and they're stars on their college teams, or
Yeah.
in Ron's case, Ignite, they're stars. And so they got the ball in their hands. They're making people look silly. They're jumping over people. In the NBA, it changes. And they don't realize it right away until they get that welcome to the NBA moment. What Karras does as a vet is helps bridge that gap between when you figure it out. Because what you're not seeing is when they're in practice and he's mentoring them on. You see that? You see that right there? That's when you cut. You see that right there? That's backdoor. You see that? That's when you pop out. Hey, take the shot. It's okay. I'm not the best shooter. I'ma still shoot it. And
Man,
so,
I wish you'd take his advice.
well, I mean, I think Karras is just not as gifted as those young guys at this point as in his career. But I think Ron, we've seen him get smarter over the season.
We have.
Uh, Danis, Danis is still there where he's a point guard. I played point my whole life, and I know it's so hard to play off ball. Even Cade struggles off ball because you don't know where to end up. You don't know where you're so used to being the conductor that the flow it goes through you, and once you pass the ball, you think it's done. You see that with Danis, and he'll settle for threes in the corner, and that's the
And he
premature.
drives me nuts with that.
But that's the premature off-ball
He,
player. Is you're finding yourself in the corner. You get the ball. Killian Hayes was a victim of that. Jaden Ivey, victim of that. Where they
I
just
have
don't.
to pause you. I gotta pause you. I gotta let the viewers know one thing.
Mm.
Look, we all hate Killian Hayes. We don't hate. No, no, no. That's a strong word.
Y'all are
We don't hate
haters.
Killian Hayes. You know, there's some. We think Killian should have been a lot better. Guru here dies for Killian. This guy will defend him more than anybody I have ever met. He actually loves the guy. So
I mean,
I just want to
honestly,
throw that out there with you bringing that up.
honestly, man, I'm just not a hater. I think with that's all it is. Because I look at the kid, man. He came in really young. It's an off segment, but
Man,
he came in really young, and same with Ivy. I mean, we set these expectations for these kids, bro. I've watched Ivy in Purdue. I knew he was gonna, bro. He looked huge in college. He was
he did.
yamming on people. I understand why people were like, "Oh, top 5 pick." I did not want him at 5. The reason I did not want Killian at 7. So I do like Killian, but I think we picked him up too high. He was a project player. He was
He
a
was.
guy that's gonna take years and years to develop.
He was not a shooter yet.
No, and
Yeah.
to be honest, he was very left hand dominant. He knows that. I did. I like to watch, keep tabs on him because I like to feel good stories. I like to see someone succeed after everybody doubted him. You know, and that's kind of why I look at Killian, and when people are hating on him like he hurt their dad or something, like I'm like, chill, bro. What did he do to you? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
you
all
know.
love for the guy, man. All love for the guy. Just I think the city really set a high expectation for him, and he didn't live up to it.
Listen, man, don't be New York fans, okay? Our, don't be New York fans. We're different here. We stand by our guys until we know like you're gonna be successful somewhere else. And when Killian left, I was like, yeah, it's about time. But it wasn't because I hate him. It's because he's not gonna succeed here. When Jaden left, I was like, that's perfect because he should have been a lead guard somewhere else from the beginning of his career. Don't don't put him next to Cade and then tell him go off ball in the corner. He doesn't know how to play that way. You're trying to
You're right.
trying to fit a square in a circle. You know what I'm saying? So same thing's happening with Danis right now. He's a point guard first. He's learning how to play off ball as a secondary playmaker next to Cade.
Yes.
And in the same time, Cade is still learning how to play off ball. He's getting pretty good at it, but he's still learning because bro, Cade doesn't cut to the basket well. I don't know if you notice, but off ball, he doesn't really cut to the basket. He'll post up and say, "Hey, give me the ball." He plays more big, and maybe that's because previously in his career, in his younger years, he was a big backing down, and he's got nice post moves, but he doesn't really cut to the rim really well. So if Danis is playing next to him, it's more pick and pop, drive to the rim, kick out, and then you see Cade be able to like take that kick out, do something, secondary move with Tobias or with Isaiah off a pick, and you see some stuff happen. So I know what's going on, bro. They're still growing together. And
Yeah.
hmm So I want to give them time. But that's what I saw with that third quarter. Is going back to the segment is like we really 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 relied on in a time where the time slowed down, fouls were being called, Paulo went to the line like 10 times. We were still able to limit them to 19 points. And bro, foul Paulo every time. He sucks at the free throw line. Foul him every time.
I can't believe how bad this guy this guy's at the free throw line. I mean, man, what's wrong with you, bro? You would have had above 50 points in this game, and your team would have won if you just
Hit your
made
free throws.
just make your free throws, man. But look, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. If
No,
you want to work on this a different time, go ahead. But
hey, would you rather him take the three when he's on a hot burner right there, just hitting everything, or hit him with the shoulder, let him feel it, break his chemistry, the rhythm he's in, chemistry with the teammates, and then send him to the line and miss one? Like sometimes you gotta play it that way, and that's what the third quarter was.
yep, exactly. And he kept showing it in the fourth quarter, and I think it's time
To
for us
switch
to
over to the fourth, let's
hop
do
into
it.
our fourth quarter. Hey, the viewers, just want to tell you, me and this guy will go off topic and just start talking about anything basketball related. That's how much love we got for this game. So we're gonna do our best to keep us on track until our
Until we
segment.
get to the last segment,
Yeah,
that you guys will see that's where we're really gonna break open the
eh,
conversation.
all hell breaks loose from there.
And hopefully have some guests, get some takes in the future. But yeah, let's go on to the fourth quarter, man. Detroit Basketball. Um, we closed it out, man. We closed it out. What did you think going into the fourth? Up 10.
Man, it was place was buzzing, man. It was electric. First things first, I want to shout out. I know we've been doing a lot of it, but man, gotta shout out Cade. Fourth quarter, broke the franchise record with 45 points. Came out balling, man, balling out of his mind. So that was huge for the city, man. Things like that is big. And he hit his 14th free throw. I think he missed no free throws, actually. I'm sorry. He went 14 for 14 from the line today, which was big because this whole season, I feel like he's had trouble in the clutch on his free throw shots for some reason. So I love the fact that today he went 14 for 14 in his biggest game of his career, honestly, today. So that was pretty awesome. We've been clutch. Cade hitting that with 31.3. Shout out 313. Hit that three, and then to get the lead. What else did he do? Our clutch playmaking was insane, and obviously, shout out you because yeah, the stat sheet might not say it, but you came in clutch for us. You had the paint on lock in the fourth quarter, and that's what we need from you every time. I don't care if you score 20, 30 points, but if you got these guys scared to just come down there and meet you over there, that's all we need. Get dunked on, but just make sure when you're getting dunked on, you swing at them or you know,
Make him feel it, man. This is
yeah,
what.
make them feel this is playoff basketball, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think the Pistons ever won any other way. It's not gonna happen. We're not the finesse. We're not the finesse team. It's not gonna work that way. Leave the finesse to the point guard. Um, it's always one. We always get some nice finesse from our guards, but the big guys, I mean, let them feel a little bit, man. Let them feel it. I remember, coming right out. Paulo was on the bench, because he was tired all game. And I think that's what we need to do is, target one player, let them take over, let them do what they got to do, and let them get tired. By the time the fourth quarter comes, I think Paulo was really settling for threes. He was hitting them, but he was settling for threes. He was lucky to be hitting them, and in the end, he still tried to make that
He was
magic work. But I mean, but between that 12-minute to 6-minute mark, man, Duncan Robinson, Isaiah Stewart, they pushed the lead to 15. I know there was a little period there where that 4 points where it was like Isaiah Stewart went up, grabbed the rim on accident. There was a foul. It was like a 6 point swing or something, and it was just like we're back up by 6 or something like that. And so that's where we play messy sometimes. We kind of like shoot ourselves in the foot. We were able to withstand it today, but in Orlando, I worry about those things. When we're away, when we're down, that's kind of what's been killing us the past 2 games before this game is, just shooting ourselves in the foot. So I'm glad that this fourth quarter we built a good lead before we start. We made some of those mistakes. Um, but shout out to Cade because once that 6 minute mark came, the broadcast was great. Stan Van Gundy, whether you liked him as a coach or not, as a broadcaster, sometimes he says some smart things, and so he
He's
was,
awesome. I always loved him, man.
yeah.
He's always been a great coach and analyst all
I
around
mean,
the board.
he made the most with what we had for sure.
Mhm.
The Reggie Jackson era wasn't as much of a failure. The Andre Drummond era, as much as people think it was, we just didn't have that guy.
He did his best with you're right, with what we had.
Yep. And so, I mean, it was entertaining in the meantime until we got here. We had to go through some other years too, but we got here. And so, Stan Van Gundy was talking about how Cade needs to know when to rev the engine. He needs to know when to rev that motorcade. And that at about 6 minutes, 5 minutes in, that's when Paulo was. If you saw the scoring discrepancy, Cade was at like 37 points, and Paulo was at like 27. Paulo closed the gap real quick with some
He's hitting the
threes,
threes,
some
man.
free throws, Anthony Black just coming up out of nowhere, acting like Steph Curry. I was like, this guy can't shoot. What is he doing? And I mean, listen, the name is the Magic for a reason because man, I don't know what they be doing backstage. I don't know what kind of rituals they be doing. So, but it was working for them. And shout out to the Orlando Magic. You know, they really made a run right there. But Cade held it down. The defense held it down. That's where Asar made some key defensive moments. Um, and then Cade made sure, and Tobias. Tobias had a nice little run to the left, fade, but Cade was really the orchestrator there. He understood when to defer and when to take the shot. And he struggled a little bit until that moment, until about the 6 minute mark. But once that happened, he's like, "Okay, we're dueling, bro. Let's go."
Yeah, this is where stars are made. And without it being said, I mean, we already know who gets the belt. Our boy Cade Cunningham, man, Mr. 45 himself, Mr. Icewood gets the belt for this game. Guru, got a question for you, man. So we know we won. Amazing fourth quarter. I mean, honestly, that was awesome basketball in general. What do you want to see happen for Game 6 for Detroit against Orlando in Orlando?
Like ideally,
Yeah, I mean, hey, floor's open, man. Whatever you think.
well, before we do that, let's go to the Count That Baby in a Foul segment. We'll officially start the craziness now. This segment is where we talk about crazy things, bring up whatever we want, talk about Killian Hayes, whatever we want to do. You know, talk about how the Knicks suck. You know, whatever we want to do. But in this case, I'm gonna go with what your question is in for Game 6. What I want to see is I want to stomp on them. I want there to be no question. I want from the first quarter, I want them to exert that Detroit defense. And we need our offense to complement that. I'm not asking for a 40-point quarter. I'm asking for a 35-point quarter and holding them to 18 to 23 points. We go into that second quarter up 12, bro. That's when Orlando's shaking in their boots. They don't know what to expect. They don't know why this is happening. They've been so dominant. What's going on? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do, I know the refs have a lot to do with it, man. Both ways. Both ways. There's a reason why Orlando's up 3-2. And there's a reason why today we won. Very handedly. The refs have a hand in it. When they just allow things and don't allow other things, yeah, I mean, any team's going to complain. But I want my Pistons to understand we have depth. To understand that. Duran, if you are getting manhandled, I want you to get a flagrant, bro. Get kicked out. I don't even care. This is bro. Do what you gotta do. Give him the haymaker. Talk about Killian Hayes. Give him the haymaker, bro. Like knock someone out, bro. Because I'm serious. This is we lose or go. We win or go home, and that's it. So how do you want to be remembered this series? And that's my question to them. So start strong. Start really strong. Second quarter, I want them to. I know the second quarter, that's when the subs come in. So I'm not expecting them to build the lead, but I really want them to exert still that same physical all dog mentality that we've seen, the one that got us to 60 wins. Again, we have depth, man. If Karis LeVert, fouls out, I don't care. Danis, gets in a fight with the ref, bro. I don't care. Like do what you got to do. Show passion. Show them that we care. We say it all the time at work. We say it all the time. If you are not going to care, nobody's going to care for you. So no one's coming to save you. There's no ref that's going to come and give a red card. It's not soccer. It's not going to happen that way. So if we see that we're being manhandled, man, I think JB should just sub in the third stringers to just toss some people around.
Go all dog.
Go all dog. For real. People call it dirty. I call it strategic, man. We have depth for a reason.
Call it whatever you want. We want to win, man. That's it.
By half, I want to be up 15. I want to be up 15 to 20 points. I want them to come out of half like, do we really want to go back to Detroit? And then in the third quarter, we tell them it's not up to you, and we go
He
on a
cooked
little bit more,
us.
a bigger run. We that's where Cade, get fancy with the threes. Duncan, you're gonna be open for threes. You're gonna get some 3 point attempts because they're trying to reduce any sort of damage down low. So yeah, you're gonna have those open threes. Desmond Baines is gonna be very obviously upset like he was today. And that got him to 5 fouls. He should have been fouled out. To be honest, there was
Twice he
one.
should have been fouled out, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but they wanted to keep him in the game. I don't know. The refs like him for some reason, but
Money.
whatever it may be. But no, I think third quarter, step on their throats, get it to the 25-point game, and then let Paul Reed do the rest, bro. In the fourth quarter, let
D-ball
Paul
Paul.
let Paul Reed do the rest, and then then we come back to Detroit. And in Detroit, I know we feel confident. I know it's gonna be a battle, like today, but I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I don't care who they got on their team. I will say this though. Now that we're in the count that baby in a foul segment, do you think Franz Wagner really made that big of a difference?
Oh man. I would say yes because he really opens the floor a lot more. You saw our guys playing much stronger defense this time around. So I do think so. Um we can like blitz the ball more, I feel like right now because there's one less big shooter on the team, which is obviously Franz Wagner. I mean, he cooked us last game too. When the game was close, he was hitting jump shots beautifully. Um, his three ball is not bad at all. What I'm looking for though from our team, like yeah, Franz Wagner was big. I really need us to win this turnover battle, man. We Let me see the stat sheet. We had 16 turnovers this game. Orlando had 23, which is awesome, but 16 turnovers is huge. 6 of those 16 were still from Cade, man. Like I'm not seeing what's going on with this guy. Why he's turning over the ball so I'm really looking for Cade to slow that down a little bit. If you're coming with the double team, make sure you find the open man and let's get that ball pushed up the court. It's going to be really huge for us. I also want to say our shooting. Shooting's big. Yeah, Cade bailed us out today with 45 points. Who's to say he's going to do that every game, man? We need more guys to rely on. DJ, we really need you to step it up. We need you to hit those threes. I would love to see Sasser come in if you're just gonna keep missing all your shots, man, so we can take over the game. Duncan, we need you, man. We need a big game out of you. Kevin Herter's back in the game and he's healthy to play. Would love 2 or 3 threes out of you. Let's change the game. Even Stu, bro. Stu can shoot that ball. So we'll take any shot from any of these guys, man. We really need that shooting. Obviously, our free throws. Look what happens when you make your free throws, Cade. 14 to 14, we win games, bro. It's not only defense. We need some type of offense in that. And then last thing I would say we need is physicality to stay up. We played all dog today, and we got a dog win. Um, our rebounding needs to be there, man. Asar, 15 rebounds, unheard of. The guy, the guy's like Superman. We need that out of JD. If we have him and JD playing like that, we don't lose we will not lose the next game. So I'm really looking for these guys to do all that.
And honestly, man, I'm gonna credit this win really to the fact that we didn't rely on 3 pointers. Like I'm looking at these stats. K shot 8. I mean that's great, bro. You shoot. Like I mean if you're hitting them, yeah, do it.
Take them every time.
Yeah, you know better than I do when you're hot or not. So Cade, keep shooting them. Duncan, honestly, that's all you do, other than some nice cuts to the basket. So keep shooting. He shot 6 of them. Tobias shot 3. I think that's a good number for him. You got 3. Don't be shooting 5 threes, man. It's just not your game unless you're feeling it.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. You're the pull up, post up guy.
exactly, Danis. I know that you're still coming through with like those jitters, those playoff jitters. I see it in your shot. You're not as confident as you used to be. But what about that little jump 15-footer like off the jump, like off the dribble? That was your bread and butter. I don't know
It's
why
it's
you're
it's been missing. This whole series has been missing. You're right
sometimes
about
you
that.
but you gotta score from inside out. Like if you're not hitting even your mid, why are you going to the 3 point line? Take a step in. Take a step in until you kind of get You get the rhythm, and then you start to step it out a little bit because confidence goes a long way. And he's a little bit shorter than a lot of guys in Orlando is a bigger team. But if Jalen Suggs is guarding you, take the shot, man. Take him off the dribble. Draw the foul. Danis was always one of the better people at drawing fouls on our team. So you still have those things in your arsenal. I don't think that he understands the importance of him still giving value when he's on the court, like offensively. Defensively, he's a dog. He's trying his best. He's doing what he can. I've seen him, block people, way taller than him, man. He's a good defensive player for his size. Um, but don't be reckless offensively. Drive it to the rim. I don't care if you miss a layup, and also stop trying to jam it on people, bro. Like I like it when it works, but sometimes the easy layup works just as well too. And I know he missed one today, and it would have been great to shoot for. I think in his 15 minutes, he gives good value there. He's open most of the time, and he kind of keeps the defense on their toes. Levert, I mean, honestly, man, I can't hate on him too much. He played 25 minutes and only shot 4 times. Like I think he was there to. I mean, like you said, he was playing a little cardio. But if like you were watching the game, Amazon, by the way, has a great like performance view where you get to kind of see like that 2K mode where in my career mode. And so really, what he was doing a lot was deferring. He was just a secondary option for Cade, and that's when Cade was taking over. So, bro, don't shoot a lot when Cade is feeling it. It's okay. Just space
I
the
agree.
floor. Space the floor.
You
That's it.
I
Hmm.
think you're just a little mad at him, man, for that ugly three he took. I don't know, bro. Because I do like Karis LeVert. I don't hate the guy. I think I was just upset about the last game, man.
But then on the other side, now look at the 3-point shooting on Orlando. You feel like Paulo shot lights out. He shot 6 for 11. Cade shot 5 for 8. So it wasn't that big of a difference. Um, Actually, he missed more. So there, that Cade won that battle. Desmond Bain shot 4 for 10. I mean,
If
that's not that great. You're
it,
taking 6 other shots from people. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. And if we can keep doing that going down the stretch, as long as we're playing hard defense, these guys just miss their shots. We'll be good, man. We'll win this game. Um, but I like what you kind of brought up, Guru, about the 3-pointers. Um, don't let them come in the paint. Let them shoot their 3-pointers. Yeah, they're gonna make some, but they're not gonna make all of them.
If you lose because Orlando, first of all, send them to the line when they do come in the paint every single time. It's okay. Send them to the line. They shot 16 for 30. 16. Franz is a different story. Don't send him to the line. I think that's where he
that
kills us. But
guy's automatic,
uh,
bro.
automatic. But Kane, send him to the line. Paolo, send him to the line. Wendell, honestly, he's a good free throw shooter. But
He is. He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss.
nah, he's a good free throw shooter. But send him to the line, bro. I'd rather him, other than getting these highlight reels that Angel Reese can like repost. Nah, send him to the line. She can repost free throw numbers. It's all good.
Sorry, bro. Angel Reese scored 8 points today in her. Not throwing shade. She scored 8 points in her game today.
Did she
But
outscore Wendell?
she's too busy posting Jalen Duren highlights instead of working on her game. But we'll talk about that a different time.
And then the rebound difference, 56 to 48. Huge. And if you look at the offensive rebounds, man, we out rebounded them. That's huge.
We were eating.
We were just all over the place. And if you notice, we were tipping the ball when we couldn't get the rebound. I noticed that today. There was an emphasis, and sometimes even Isaiah Stewart like tipped it too far.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one where he hit it back and Cade had to run and it
Yeah.
went all the way to the other side.
But you see the intention there to like, if you can't get the rebound, tip it. Somebody else is gonna get it. You got a Sard that can fly. You've got Duran who's athletic. You mentioned the turnovers. That was a pretty even battle. Even though like all of Cade's turnovers were preventable, all of them. So
It
six
was.
six of them. If we honestly you do 3-4 a game, I don't really mind. Once you get to 5, 6, 7, and especially the way that you're doing them, when you're doing them, that's when the people start talking. And especially after you lose 2 games in a row in the playoffs. Um, But I'm not mad at him tonight, man. 48 points. 48 points in the paint to
Beautiful game, man.
36. That discrepancy alone.
Wins the
That's a.
game.
That's it.
That wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge, man. We're ready for game 6, bro. I think it's really big. Guru, what are we doing for game 6? Are we watching this together? Are we streaming? What's the deal? What do we want to tell the audience? I know it's a little late, but whoever's gonna check this stream out later on in the day, what do we want to tell them? When are we doing this podcast?
Come join. I think this podcast is for y'all, man. We're just fans, just like you. Super fans. We die. We
Die for
bleed.
this team, man.
We bleed. Pistons red, blue, and white. You know,
Big time.
and so I got Pistons on my chest right now, and I sleep. I sleep thinking about the Pistons. I wake up thinking about the Pistons. I was hoping that we would win today, just so I'd have at least one more game. To be honest with you, I mean, I wanted to go. I'm in that game by game mentality too. So what I want from the fans is to come and like act like you own this show. Tell us what you want. I want to bring people up. I want to hear your takes. I want to know, do you want us to be on other platforms, not just YouTube? Um, but we're gonna make a platform where y'all can have a say. Um, I join every. I'm not a hater. I'm not trying to take anything from the other influencers. I watch their lives too. I'm a contributor in their lives. Please, shout out Deuce. I always watch your live. Kuka Heel.
The
Um,
man. Shout out
every,
Pistons Jack. I know he's been getting a lot of hate for wearing that Barcelona jersey.
everything King. Y'all are inspiration, but sometimes you get frustrated because you don't really get to say your what you got to say, and that's why we're here. We're here to bring y'all on. The voice of the unheard Pistons fan.
The voice
So
of the voiceless, bro.
absolutely. So the ball don't lie, man. This channel, we talk the truth, only the truth, nothing but the truth. Because again, the ball don't lie, and we want to hear it from you, man. No opinion is stupid unless you like the Knicks, and then
Yeah.
so that's it, bro. That's it. You just Jalen Brunson will never win a championship, and that's all I gotta say. Unless he comes to the Pistons, and we
Yeah.
might, it might be a secondary to Cade,
We still
But
might chant "F you" Brunson at the at the
honestly,
arena.
honestly, we bring him off the bench. He's a great bench player. I think the Mavs were doing it right, So
Nah, he's a great player, man. Too though. I gotta give him props. He's so fun to watch.
he's fun to watch, but annoying to play against. And I
A
think
part of me really wants to see us versus the Knicks in this playoffs
because we blow
somehow,
him
some
out,
way.
every game of the
We
season.
blow them out, but it'd be such a fun game. It'd be such a fun series.
Honestly, I love playing the Knicks because we match up so well against them.
We
I know
do.
that I know Knicks fans are hating the fact that we won today, and that's why I bring
Yeah.
up the Knicks because I saw y'all guys' hate.
Knicks Muse.
Iman Shumpert was up there saying, "Hey, y'all could take them out for us." Nah, man, I think we got a couple more games in our bag, and we're coming for you guys. So y'all take care of the Hawks. We got the Magic. I know Cleveland's trying to knock off the pesky
Raptors.
the Raptors. The Celtics. Did their thing, but man, we're coming. We're coming. I think this isn't the end. Courtside, the Knicks fans. I think we know Knicks fans personally. I'm gonna bring a Knicks fan on here, and you're gonna hear you're gonna hear the hate for Detroit,
I,
but
I agree with you, courtside. They're very Delulu.
but we're gonna bring Knicks fans on here, man. Who's gonna be one of our guests? Hopefully, when we do have that series with the Knicks, probably in the Eastern Conference. So we're gonna bring them on. We're gonna maybe watch a game with them,
Hey,
and
I would love to do that, man. That would be so fun because we could talk all our trash to them live.
I love seeing their faces when Cade hits that little step back, right over Sohan. Like I want to see
Easy.
that. I want to see
But,
that in the
but you gotta
playoffs.
look him in the eye, Guru.
Ex-
He's gotta look him right in the eye when he does that, and just give him that little grit.
Yep. So we're gonna bring those people on, and if you want to be someone that comes on, maybe We're not only here to watch Pistons. We hate watch people too. So if you're a fan of another team, let us know. You want us to discuss your team, how we match up against you guys. I like to talk about Pistons. I'll always relate back to my Pistons, and I'll tell you guys we're the best team in the world because I believe it. Even when we lose, you could call me the Lulu.
We
Because I
win.
know, man, I know we're young, bro. I know we're young. So I guess, what about our future, man? Because I like this series, win or lose. What about our future? Let's say we lose. Let's say we do lose these next game or game 7. What does our future look
Guru,
like?
man. You know what? I don't like that conversation you're trying to bring up right here. I don't see us losing, man. I can't see a world where the Pistons do not make it out of this round right here. I know it sounds crazy. It might sound Delulu, as courtside would call us.
Okay, okay,
Um,
okay. We win this round. We're on to round 2, round 3. We lose in the finals against the Spurs. Okay.
where's the loss? Why is the loss coming in? I'm trying to win it all, man.
Okay, we win it all. The future's bright. We're winning every year. Okay, that's that scenario. I'm cool with that. I'm drinking the Kool Aid with you, bro. But put the Kool Aid down for a second, okay? Just for a second. This is count that baby in a foul. This is the and one free throw, man. So I want to know, in the case where we're not winning every single year, Cade's not MVP every single year, Asar's not defensive player every single year. The reality is, we're going up against an alien in Wemby. We're going up against the OKC Thunder, who are, rigged to win it every single year. We're going up against the Knicks, who, even though they suck, their fan base is annoying. We're going up against these people. So what's the future look like for the Pistons in the case that we don't win this year?
Yeah, you know what? In all seriousness, jokes aside, I would say I really, really want the Pistons to first look at Mikal Bridges. I think Mikal Bridges would be a really nice pickup for the Pistons in the offseason if we can make that happen. I don't know how possible that would be. I
For
think
four
he'd fit
for
really.
four for 4 first round picks?
No, 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 no. I don't know about that one. We'll figure that one out. We'll figure that one out. I don't think that much, but I would like to see him on the team. He plays like a Piston, man. He's a hooper. The guy plays. He comes and shows out every time. I would also say I am not. I don't see us being first next season or the season after that. I do see us being obviously a playoff contender. I would like to see a lot more first round picks come to the Detroit Pistons. We need to think about the future. I know we're in the building stage right now since we're right here, but we can't pay these guys for long, man. Look, if Duran keeps showing out, he'll still get his contract. We got to pay him. We got to pay Asar. That leaves us with not a lot of room for us to play with these guys. So a lot of these guys are going to end up having to go to a different team at some point, which is unfortunate, but it's the truth.
And honestly, we don't really know how good of a draft guy, Trajan is. Like, we really don't. Who did he
You're right.
draft? Who did he draft?
You're right. So I really want us to get some picks, man. We need it. We need it for the team.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I envy the OKC Thunder and the position they're in. I envy them because they have all the stacked talent and they can sell Jalen Williams, not the first one, the second one on the bench, tomorrow for like a first round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And still have a stacked roster. And they still have first round picks, lottery picks that they're waiting on. So I envy them.
Bunch of future TikTokers coming to that team.
That's where I hate Stan Van Gundy, by the way, because he just completely sold everything we had for the future. We got lucky getting the first round, the first pick with Cade. To be honest, we got
Thank
unlucky.
you, God.
We got unlucky every other time. The fifth pick, the fifth pick. So I'm not banking on the draft. I know that we can draft well. I mean, I always look at Jokic as an example. You're not gonna find a lot of Jokic's in the draft, but how many people in Isaiah Stewart? How many people do you find in the 19 to 30 range, or even past that end up being pretty good players? Um, so I don't really care necessarily about selling just for high picks because I don't think we're in that far of a rebuilding state. That's what I was telling you last podcast. We're 60 win team. Jalen Duren's 22. Cade is
I know. I
24.
know.
Like Ron is 19, 20. He just turned. Did he turn 20 yet?
He
Like I
just
don't
turned
even.
20.
He just turned 20. Asar just turned 21, maybe. Like what are we really saying when we say we're still in the rebuilding stages? Um, I know what you're getting at. I know you want to build like the OKC, but you know how bad they were for a very very long time,
They
and
were.
you
They were.
and then they got lucky with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and sold all of them eventually.
They
And
did. They did. But I mean, look what it brought them. Look what it brought them, Guru. It brought them a championship, a MVP, and this kid. I mean, man, look.
but you
I
know
hate the way he plays.
you know they offered SGA for Cade plus picks. We turned it down.
That's before they knew what SGA was gonna be, man.
But you think they would? Do you think they would do it now?
Let Let me ask you this, Guru.
Hmm.
Right now, you're not a Pistons fan. Who you taking, Shea or Cade? Honestly,
I'm taking Cade. I don't think people really understand how well developed the OKC Thunder are. Also, I think that Shea's game. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the refs really do help him so much. Like today was Cade's first game with more than 10 free throws in like 3 years. How many games can you say that about Shea?
that's so, that's so sad.
Like, bro, Denny Avdia gets more free throws a game. Like, why is he disrespected? He gets hit in the face. It's replayed. He's telling the refs. He's at this point. He's laughing. He's cracking up with the refs. Like, bro, is this a joke? You know,
You're right.
and so I look at that. I don't look at like out at my work. You know, so you can look at outcomes. You can judge it by stuff performance, but you can also dig deeper than that, and you can actually understand how a player impacts your team. I don't think Shea coming to the Pistons gives you the same thing that Cade does. Believe it or not, I think Shea is good. But if you're getting foul calls, like look at what was Cade's field goal percentage today? What was his splits? He was 13 for 23, more than 50%. But you do understand he missed 7 shots cuz those were free throws. Do you see what I'm saying? If they didn't call those fouls, his percentage would have been 13 for 30, which is usually what we're looking at.
Exactly.
Because
That's true. That's big. That's true.
so now Shea, on the other hand, will get those 8 free throws a game. That's 4 shots they're not calling as misses. So then you see his efficiency and you're like, whoa. You look at Denny Avdia, and even when he has a trashy game, he still has 16 free throws, and you're like, and so even his percentages don't look too bad because that's 8 shots that you just gave him at the free throw line that he
Yeah, you're
missed.
right.
So no, man, I'm going with
Um,
Cade.
I would have picked the same. I would have picked the same answer. I was just curious, kind of just to pick your brain, because it's a good argument. At the end of the day, I mean, the guy is he's more than likely going to be the 2-time MVP this season. So I felt like it was a good argument to see what you would pick. Now, if we see Cade come out of this round and make a push for the finals,
Who cares? You can have 2 MVPs. It's all good. You're gonna get Finals MVP and the championship.
exactly,
So
exactly, the finals MVP is what matters. That's what we want.
listen, I totally agree with you. So yeah, I that argument is moot to me because I don't think our guys will ever get the love that other players do. It's kind of like a let's try to run Kate out of Detroit scheme that I think that they're trying to do.
They're trying
Every
to do that with everybody, man.
exactly before he was drafted. Oh, Cade might not want to go to Detroit, and then he put the buffs on,
You
and
just
he's
put the
like, "No,
buff and he's ready.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm all in." And so I remember that, and that's why I appreciate you, Cade. That's why I'm riding for you. And honestly, I see you riding with us. So, um, nah,
We
shout
love our
out.
guy, man.
I love our MVP, and I promise you, anybody else steps a foot in Detroit, I don't care who they are, LeBron, Kobe, it's Detroit basketball. We're wearing your jersey, bro.
Oh,
We're not bandwagoners. We don't do that. So
Kate, I got all your jerseys, bro. All colors. They just don't fit, man. That's the only problem I got.
The love is there for Cade. The love is there for Cade. The love is there for Duran. Duran might not feel it right now because he's going through a little rough patch, but we will ride for you. We will if you just give us effort and passion and
show
beyond.
show us you're the Detroit Piston center, bro. It's big
Exactly.
shoes to fill.
Exactly. I mean, bro, Ben was sitting there. It's embarrassing to be put on your butt in front of Ben Wallace, and I'm glad that didn't happen today. So, but in Orlando, remember, your legacy's on the line. You're a Piston. We win championships. We have Defensive Player of the Year awards. We this is what we do. We hold defenses to under 80 points. We This is what we do. This is historical. It doesn't matter what iteration. You could call us the bad boys, going to work, all dogs, whatever you want to call. That's our identity. If you try to go away from it, you're not going to be a fit here. That's it.
100%. Could have said it better, Guru.
Hey
But
man.
look, before we hop off here, Guru, I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody or anybody that's going to be watching. You can follow us on Instagram at Ball Don't Lie Detroit. It's a newer page, so there's probably really nothing on there at this exact moment, but we're going to put our updates on there. We're going to be talking basketball, even put some like whatever's going on in the league updated on there. You can also follow me on Twitter right now, main event 313 _. I know Guru's working on his. He's getting his. So we'll let you know on the next podcast on where you can follow him on there. And then just share the stream, bro. Let people know we just talk basketball. There's no hate. It's just straight basketball over here.
I will hate a little bit, but it's all love, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like basketball hate. Basketball hate doesn't count.
I mean, you all are gonna be Detroit fans at some point. So I mean,
Exactly.
once we win the championship, y'all are gonna fall in line. So, but come and argue with us. Let us know. Come and have debates. That's what it's all about. Like he said, add us. You can add me at 313 Sports Guru. I have a Bleacher Report. I have some of these other apps. I plan on having a Twitter. But add me on YouTube and please add our Ball Don't Lie Detroit main channel. This is where you'll see all the Pistons content, our lives. And we'll throw in some shorts here and there. Keep it nice, and then yeah, like I said, this is for you guys, man. This community is for y'all to tell the truth even when the refs are lying, you know. And so this is what we do here. Please join us, subscribe, like, watch our videos, share it with your friends. Um, yeah,
Share with your enemies, anybody, man.
and it's Detroit versus everybody all day, every day,
Every
uh,
single time.
every single time. And peace out. What up, though, Detroit? Have a good night.
We'll see you for game 6.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.